Let's talk about some debate prep. We have a debate coming up next week between former President Trump, current Vice President Kamala Harris. We're going to talk about Kamala Harris first because she has successfully avoided most interviews. She did one with CNN. It was broken up into 3 parts on YouTube. I didn't get to watch it directly on CNN because I'm an old person and I don't watch TV that much. But we are going to see what she's doing. So we'll be right back. Thanks so much for being here. Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. We are all about politics for the next couple of weeks, for the next 2 months. We are going to talk about Vice President Kamala Harris. She is traveling to Pittsburgh today. It is September 5th. She had extensive negotiations with former President Trump, trying to change the framework of the debate rules. So the Trump team had said, well, let's just use the same rules that we had with Joe Biden in the last debate. And Kamala Harris's team tried to make some changes to that. We're going to talk in a later video about the changes to the Harris campaign team. There's been some interesting things, and it seems like the Obama team from 2012 is starting to move in. They're starting to implement some of the concepts and strategies from that. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's see how she's going to do with this debate prep. We know that Joe Biden was locked down for a week, doing mock debates, practicing, and it didn't work out so great with Donald Trump. Kamala Harris wanted that mic on. She wanted a hot mic. She wanted Donald Trump to interrupt her. She wanted to say, I'm speaking. But she didn't get to do that. They're going to have those mics cooled off. However, we did see in the Biden-Trump debate that mic was a little bit hot at times. So let's take a look at the cards. But before we do that, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you would like to get your own magical reading with me, you can book it down below. There is a link. It's a live reading with me and you. We do it over WebEx, Google Meet, Zoom. I even do Facebook Messenger. We can do it whatever video process you'd like. We can also do it over the phone if you want. I do like my people to see their cards, though. I don't need to see you, but I like you to see me. So you can book your own reading. My digital academy is up and running. There's a Lenormand course in there. This weekend, I will have the Tarot 101 class up and running. You can purchase that. There's lots of good stuff in there, but you can take the 3-day free class right now. So get on in there, go check things out. You can learn how to read cards like me and have some fun with it. So let's bring up the card view. Again, we got Kamala Harris. She is working as hard as she can. She's trying to get this role. She's got a lot to say. Unless she's got her earbuds in and her phone up to her head. I got to say that. I'm sorry about that, guys. So let's see how prepared she is right now. Remember, she's a former prosecutor, so she is used to being in a debate forum. She is used to presenting arguments and winning them. So let's see how she does with this. I'm going to bring up our card view nice and big. I hope you guys are having a great day. So let's see what her current status is right now, how she is feeling right this minute. She feels good. She feels like she's got a good thing going on. She is going to continue with this theme of joy. So we all saw that in the Democratic National Convention. If you didn't watch it, I did go back and watch it. I like to see both sides of the equation. So I think she's going to really promote the theme of joy, and that we are a joyous nation, a joyous people, and that everything is great and everybody should just get on board with this. I think that's really the theme we're going to see. We'll see how that's going to work. Under the surface, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Even though she is presenting, because this is really how we're presenting, even though she's presenting this manifestation of I'm going to win, I'm going to do well, she's concerned about what's going to happen in that debate. She's concerned about how she's going to present. What is she concerned about? Let me pull out another card on this. She's concerned that he's going to come across as a much stronger leader and strategist. I think he is going to present a lot more policy because she has a dearth of policy that she's promoting right now. Up until a few days ago, I haven't looked at it in the last couple of days, but there were no policies on her campaign website, none at all. What does she need to bring from the past? She needs, again, it's this joy, this happiness, this we're going to equalize for everybody. Everybody's going to get an equal opportunity to be joyful and happy and successful with their families, with what they want. They're just going to really drive this home. Again, I want to stress, this is the current energy. This is what we're talking about right now. I did hear that they're bringing in the Obama team, the 2012 guys. So I know there was the hope and joy, parallel. I'm wondering if they're going to be much more apparent in this debate. What is on her mind is separating herself from the folly of the Biden-Harris administration. This is going to be a tough one for her because she is going to have to answer about the border. She is going to have to answer about the exit from Afghanistan. She's going to have to answer about the way that we have conducted ourselves in terms of financial support of the situation in Ukraine. So those kinds of things she will have to have an answer for. Let's see how she is prepared at the moment for an answer. Gaslighting, not prepared at all. No, not prepared at all to answer for the folly. We have the Seven of Cups here. Sorry, there's a little glare, guys. So she's not prepared at all to answer to those specific things. This is going to be a problem for her. This is going to get a little bit tricky. Right now, moving into the future, what is our outcome right this minute? We have a good sense of her. People are tired of not being able to pay bills. They're tired of not being able to take their kids to do things, go to Disney World, go on vacation, buy new cars, have a big fat meal of filet mignon. People are tired of that. She is going to bring this emotion back into the equation. I want you all to notice how many cups we have in this reading. We have reverse 3 of Cups, reverse 7 of Cups, Knight of Cups, 9 of Cups, 2 of Cups. This is all going to be an emotion-based debate. She is going to say, you make people feel bad, you make people feel nervous, you make people angry, but I bring them joy. I bring them excitement. I bring them hope for the future. So is it sizzle with no steak? A little bit. We're going to be talking about emotions. Me personally, I don't want my politicians talking about how great they're going to make me feel. I want to know what they're going to do about the economy, what they're going to do about the fundamental problems in the United States, the fundamental problems that people like you and me are experiencing. I want to know what the plan is. I want a leader in that role. I don't want a thought leader and I don't want a therapist. So how do we make out from here? She sees herself as she's going to be very unguarded. She's going to let down her guard. She's going to be very human. She's going to be very feminine, divine feminine, if you will. That is what we're going to get here. This is very different from what we get from other politicians, even other women that have run, not counting Hillary Clinton because she was a little bit of a boss babe. The other people are seeing her kind of going in a direction that is not going to serve this situation well. because there's no substance. This is all, again, feeling. Let me take a sip out of my brand new MTV mug. Yum. It's iced tea. It's not regular tea. Her hope is that she comes across again as this Page of Cups, this individual who's likable, who's a font of excitement, who says, we're going to have a new future. We're all going to latch onto this joy and run for the hills with it. That's really what she wants to be, the Pied Piper of America. So, total outcome here. She's going to ignite an emotion in some people. I don't think it's going to be all people. I think we're going to see a quick excitement. Now, this was something that we expected to see out of the Democratic National Convention. There's usually a boost in polling after the conventions. There wasn't the expected boost that they thought they were going to get. But we did see that the polling brought her up to 50% in a lot of those battleground states. So was that reality? I don't know. We're having a hard time pinning down those polling numbers. When Trump won in 2016, the polling numbers were not favoring him to a great extent. We didn't see that, yet he still won that election. I know it's up for debate. We're not going to get into that. But the polling is something that we're curious as a people here in the United States, whether the polling is something that we can rely on, if it's something that we can use and rely upon as a barometer for what we can expect on November 5th. So this, I think, is very, very interesting. Her debate prep, it's going to be right now, her theme is going to be joy, bringing back excitement and happiness to people. We're not going to be doom and gloom of the Trump administration and followers. We're not going to do that. I think this is going to be a little bit hard to sell, especially with the events that we just had in Georgia yesterday. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to muddy this reading, and I don't know enough about it yet. It was a terrible, terrible, tragic event. I think it's very curious that it came on the cusp of Kamala Harris saying she wanted to demilitarize our schools. Just for those of you that are outside of the United States, I do want you to know we do have police presence in our schools. We have what's called a police resource officer. If there's any issues, any serious issues, that police resource officer, who's an active duty police officer, will attend to that. We also have what we call here a class 2, which are usually retired police officers, and they'll be outside and screening the individuals that come in. My children's schools, since they have gone to school, I've had to show an ID, show my face, match it up. They write my name down. They ask what I'm there for, and I'm not allowed in that building unless I have a meeting. If my child is coming out, they will send the child out. There's magnetic locked doors. You cannot get in. If that were taken away, I would have a lot to say about it. I would have a lot to say about it. So, I think that really is an important thing. We don't have it at our universities, but our public schools we do have. So just wanted to let you know about that, but we're not going to get into that whole business, the two-way business. We're not going to do that. So let's go back. Let's see. Is Kamala going to change her tactic this week? We're going to do a little prediction here. Is this tactic going to change? Let's start with the test debates. How are they going to go? The test debates are going to show that while she does come off as a great prosecutor, we've got the justice card here, she's not in command of her facts. She's not in command of the details. She's not going to be able to say, we did this successfully. We responded to this successfully. She's going to have to really depart from Joe Biden on this. Is she going to throw him under the bus? I think she's going to. I think she is going to say, I had my own ideas. They weren't welcome. I had to support the president while he was in place, and now I'm going to separate myself from him. Does the joy thing work? It's not going to work in test debates. I think they're going to walk that back. I think it'll be not the main theme, but it will be a theme of the debates. She's going to just kind of say, well, the Trump administration and the Trump supporters, they're all, desperate and gloomy and miserable people, but we are going to see a brighter future, and we can manifest that brighter future together if we all just work collectively. I think that's really what we're going to get. Now, I'm all for manifestation. I'm all for it. But right now, the United States, the world is on fire politically, and we need to get back to business, and we need to get cooler heads in the office. I know some people are going to argue with me that Trump is not a cooler head, but at least he is a business person who has untied the Gordian knot of several bankruptcies. The United States is bankrupt. We're about to have worldwide economic collapse. We're about to have worldwide control collapse. This needs to stop. We need to get back to basics on this. So I think with that, I think we're going to switch over. We're going to switch over and take a break on this video, and we're going to go talk about Trump in the next one, because he has been doing his debate practice in interviews for the last few weeks. We've seen him in interview after interview. He's talking off the cuff. He's rattling off answers. He's doing the things. He's making it happen. So let's take a look at him next. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. As always, my favorite part of the day. This is my favorite part of the 4-year cycle. So love election time. Love what's going on right now. I love the chaos. I love the intensity. Bring it. And I can't wait for election night. I can't wait for this debate. So I'll see you in a little bit. Thanks, everybody.